Hi guys, my name is Bethany Atazadeh, and I'm an author of a young adult science fiction dystopian novel called Evalene's Number. As far as I'm aware, there's not a single blog out there on why a writer should consider doing Kickstarter. And specifically today's topic, which is 5 reasons that you should consider doing a Kickstarter for your book or other project. So since I'm in the very middle of my own Kickstarter for Evalene's Number, and I highly believe in it and think it's a wonderful thing for you to pursue, I'm really excited to talk to you about it today. Basically, it's a crowdfunding option that requires you to have a product that's created by you that you are offering to the public. Unlike other crowdfunding sites, though, Kickstarter is all or nothing, which is actually something I really like about it. Now, why would you want that? Well, that brings me to reason number 1, and it's my favorite reason, because basically this is an exciting and unusual way to do pre-sales for your book without actually doing pre-sales. For example, in my situation, I wanted to find at least 50 readers before I pursued self-publishing. So that means before I invested in the publishing company, which does cost a lot, before I bought the ISBN numbers, which cost even more, before I set a for sure release date, all those things that I can talk about further in other videos. If I wanted to do actual pre-sales, I would have had to do those things and invest that money to actually set up for pre-sales. However, for a Kickstarter, you don't. So in other words, there's no loss of investments except your time, which I honestly think is still valuable and worthwhile because you are learning and you are understanding marketing more every time you do it. Okay, but reason number 2, it is so much more than pre-sales, okay? Kickstarter has this crazy cool option of allowing you to include extra rewards, and the sky is the limit. Okay, for example, if you have a passion for mentoring people one-on-one, you could offer a reward where not only do they get your book, but for an X amount of dollars more, they can also buy a Skype consultation with you, the author. Or maybe your book has like a game built in because you also love board games, and so you could create the game, and for an X amount of dollars more, they can get not only the book, but this actual game to play as well. Okay, so those are all completely made up examples, but I can give you some real life examples from my Kickstarter. The link for that is below in the description below. I offer things like mugs, notebooks, magnets, and I'm even offering the necklace that appears on the front cover of the book, which is super cool, and it has this cool significance in the end that you find out, but you're not supposed to know about that right now, so shh, don't tell anybody. So I recommend checking out a lot of different Kickstarter pages before you even try to decide your own rewards, but just know that the sky is the limit. You could do so many cool things. Reason number 3 is that it will teach you a lot of things about marketing your book. These are all things that you actually really do want to learn and understand and grow in. For example, how to talk about your book in a way that catches people's attention. Reason number 4, there are not a lot of other books on Kickstarter. So they have a lot of games, they have a lot of music, but if you put up a book, it's going to stand out because it's rare. There's just not that many out there. If people are specifically looking for a book to read, especially in your genre, yours is going to stand out. Okay, and last but not least, reason number 5, there are a lot of people who are on Kickstarter just to support indie artists. These are people who want to support you, and they're also looking for unusual and unique products that they couldn't find in the stores. So just think about it. These people might never come across your book if you didn't do the Kickstarter, and they're dying to read it. Okay, are you convinced yet? If you're still here, I'm guessing you're at least open to the idea, so you probably have 2 questions. How and when do I do a Kickstarter? Okay, there are a lot of writing stages. There's outlining, staring into space, trying to figure out what the heck you're doing, editing developmentally and for plot holes, editing for your beta readers, editing after your beta readers with their feedback, editing for your editor, writing the next book so you don't freak out while you're waiting to hear back from your editor, marketing the book, preparing to publish, so much more. The when to do a Kickstarter falls into that marketing stage, but towards the end. You should have the book written so that you can prove that you're serious, and you also don't want to set it so far out in advance that people are going to get frustrated. I mean, think about it. If you set it out a year, 6 months, or even 3 or 4 months before the release date, people are going to get frustrated. On the flip side, you do want to do it before the book's released because otherwise it's lost that excitement factor, that unique quality that this is the only place you can get the book right now. I don't know if you're actually allowed to do a Kickstarter if your book's already out in the world. I think the projects have to be not yet released. But if you're curious about it and your book's already published, you should definitely look into that and let me know if you decide to do it. I would love to support you. And that leads me to how do you do a Kickstarter? And honestly, that's probably a whole other video, but the good news is that Kickstarter website already has a ton of information out there for you. All you have to do is sign up and you can check out their tips, their articles, and even some videos on what to do. But honestly, the best way to learn is to study other successful Kickstarters. Personally, when I was setting out to create my Kickstarter for Evalene's Number, I studied every single Kickstarter that I could find that was currently out there and either well on their way to their goal, they'd met their goal, or they'd exceeded their goal. So go on over to Kickstarter, watch some videos, see what you think. I think you'll love it. If you're curious, you can start with my Kickstarter. The link is below. Even after the project is done, you can still go back and view it and see how it went. Hopefully it will be funded all the way. If I did it right, it'll make you want to buy the book. So we'll find out, right? Well, I think that's everything. So thank you guys so much for spending time with me. I've really enjoyed it. And if you do set up a Kickstarter, please let me know. I would love to support you. Thanks, guys. Hope you have a great weekend. Mwah! See you later.